We're back. Hey, greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Seabrick the Herman III, taking it to the house.
And I'm Dr. Timothy Hoover, and I'm taking it to the house. Last time we talked, last time we had a chance to sit down and just rap, man, the world was seemingly, in order. But you got the government, you got the president, you got Elon Musk, we got astronauts coming down that should have been down 9 months ago. I don't know what's up, I don't know what's down. But what I do know that is a constant is our sports. A distractor. What is good is the sports. We got, man, football still trying to be king. The season is over, but it won't go away. You got the NCAA, you got March Madness, you got Lakers, you got Dodgers, brother. I'm gonna leave it right there where you want to go with this.
Hey, I mean, as you stated, football is king. I love this internal rivalry between the NFL and NBA. NBA, it's supposed to be NBA time, but we know what happened at Christmas when NFL said that we're going to put a game. And then you saw it happen leading up to Super Bowl. NBA said, hey, look, how about these trades? So now this is gonna be great because now we're coming down, what, 8 more weeks until the
Right,
championship
right.
of the NBA. What noise is going to happen in NFL? Well, we already know the noise of free agency and the
Yes.
noise coming up of the draft. So what did you think about this free agency that's happened like overnight in the NFL?
Well, I'm still like, wow, people are moving, changing positions. We got Cooper Cup now in Seattle, DK Metcalf now in Pittsburgh. Uh, Pittsburgh without a quarterback when they had two last year. Aaron Rodgers saga. I'm played out of that. If you wanted to touch on that, cool by all means. But it's neat. I'll start here with the free agency. The Bengals. Chase, Higgins, Burrows. Bruh, that's in your backyard. You got to deal with that for the next, what, 5 to 10 years, possibly? Wow. I was thinking about that. I love because the Bengals normally don't pay. They just don't pay. So I was surprised at that. The other thing of free agency was Stafford signing back with the Rams, which is very key for them. Um, Another quarterback for Minnesota, your boy
Sam
I,
Darnold?
Sam Darnold. There you go. I thought he was going to stay because of what he did. He's like a security blanket, and you got a quarterback still to me is still a rookie up there. I thought Sam Darnold would stay around and just kind of bridge that, and plus he knew the system up there versus going to Seattle. So a lot of things happening, a lot of things moving, and the dust is not settled by any means. Even the Eagles got people retiring and moving on, and they're dropping people like dead weight over the side, and so it's fluctuating. And a couple of weeks ago, we talked about what do specific teams need to do. I don't know that everybody addressed their necessary problems. Going back to Pittsburgh, they got a bigger problem. They needed to commit to somebody for stabilization, for corporate knowledge to be able to keep moving forward. But I'll toss it back to you, sir. I wanted to know what you thought, what you think about these free agent signings, and what really leaves a mark in your mind.
Well, I mean, you're right there. Let's keep right there in the AFC North. Pittsburgh. Now, it's exciting to see that they got DK Metcalf. However, if I'm DK, why am I even accepting that position? I don't even know who's throwing me the ball. No sooner than they signed DK Metcalf, they trade Justin Fields to the Jets. Now, it's
Mhm.
already a questionable decision why you want to go to Jets, but understanding Jets got a new coach. They're trying to look at rebuilding the culture. The coach they have came from Detroit, so we'll see what he does. However, you're DK Metcalf. Are you coming there thinking you're going to have Russell Wilson throwing you the ball like he
Right.
did when y'all were Seattle? Only to find out after you sign and the ink is probably still wet, they don't know if they're going to bring him back. How do you feel if you are Russell Wilson? How'd you know you were a lame duck? And Russell is still mid 30s. That they have the audacity that they're entertaining, that they bring Aaron Rodgers in?
Hmm.
Like, really? Based off of what?
Right.
historical, what Aaron Rodgers did 5 years ago, let's understand the last 2 years, Aaron Rodgers won. He had an injury. The second
Hmm.
year, they still didn't even make it. They barely got 6 wins.
Yeah.
So his body of work for the Jets is enough for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers to say, let's give him a chance. Look, Russ could still get down.
Yeah.
Now, the
Agree.
Steelers did trade away the running back Najee Harris, which is like, whoa, okay, that's good news for us in Baltimore. But you give Russell now Pickens and then DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I
And a
you know,
solid and a solid defense.
and a solid
Defense ain't going
defense.
nowhere. Yeah.
And by them getting rid of Justin Fields, he should be able to feel a little more comfortable. I'm talking about Russell and saying, hey,
Yeah.
the team's mine. Not that I still got to look over my shoulder that I may get traded. So it'll be very interesting over there. But I feel bad for DK Metcalf as he's, pretty much just trying to figure out who's going to be throwing him the rock.
Yeah.
Stayed in
Yeah.
the AFC North. Hey, I'm glad the Bengals did what they're supposed to do. That right there is a scary lineup on the offensive side. You talk about
Mhm.
T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. That's awesome. I mean, that is awesome to see. One, because I like my division to be competitive. I like it to be the one that everybody that's must see TV. And I'm not scared from offensively because they are who they've always been, a threat. Joe Burrow, since he's been in the league, minus the year he got hurt, has been a threat. But heads to heads, the Baltimore Ravens, we win that series. Now the issue with the Bengals is not can they put up points, it's can they stop points from being scored on them. So
Right.
I love to see that it's going to be exciting football. I think they loaded up enough to still give Kansas City Chiefs a significant threat. I think the two teams in our AFC North is the Bengals and the Ravens. Until I find out who the Steelers have as a quarterback, I can't even put them in that category as a legitimate threat to Kansas City. Then
Right.
you're going to have to add Buffalo. Which Buffalo team shows up this year? Those are the three teams that
Yeah.
I would put money on right now that says these are three teams in the AFC that is the legitimate threat to Kansas City. Other than that, I mean, the agency moves in the AFC look great, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you 100%, especially when you're taking on the Bengals, man. They're going to it appears their philosophy is to outscore you because their defense was a sieve last year and they did not make the playoffs. And so yeah, it's going to put some defensive coordinators keep them up late at night trying to keep them from scoring, but the offense coordinator will be like, okay, we can go basic because their defense can't stop. And don't forget their sack leader over there. Is it Hendrickson?
Yeah,
Believe
yeah.
is unsigned right now, and it may be traded. So can add another problem or hole to that defense. Miles Garrett, we didn't get a chance to talk about him. He wanted to get traded. Um, what's Cleveland going to do again? Staying in the AFC North. What are they going to do at quarterback? And I know Deshaun Watson. He's forget about him. It's probably they're going to probably buy him out eventually. I don't know if he'll ever play another down. I don't even think he should ever play it down because I don't think his heart is in it. So, but getting back to the Browns, what are they going to do at quarterback? Quarterback play is so key, is so uh, important, and you can't get it wrong. Speaking of quarterback play and speaking of free agency, let's transition to the draft. Which quarterback's going to be the first one drafted? Is it going to be Shador? Is it going to be Cam? Where's Cam going? Where's Shador going? There are so many quarterback holes in the NFL that only two, maybe three quarterbacks, and I forget the other one that is being mentioned, may be going in the top 15, 20 picks of the NFL. So lots of holes at quarterback in the NFL, not enough to fill those holes, in my humble opinion. So it's exciting. Like you said, the NFL is over, but it's year round. It's still year round. And there's a lot to be said because the draft is still, another month away. And more decisions will be made as far as player and personnel movement in the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Exciting time, exciting time. But
Yes,
as
sir.
we stated, NFL is going to find a way to still be relevant, and they
Yeah.
are, and they are. So again, I love the game within the game. watching how NFL, NBA are still battling, and here it is, almost April.
Yes, yes. And you talked about it earlier, how the NFL at Christmas time wanted to steal some shine away from the NBA. The NBA said, you know what, in the Super Bowl, guess what? We're going to make this massive trade. We're going to make this trade that, everybody around the world be like jaw dropping. What happened? Who is safe anymore when you can trade Luca for Anthony Davis? Let's go there for a minute. Let's go in the NBA. That trade still resonates. Anthony Davis played a half since that trade was made. I don't know that you and I have had a chance to really talk about this trade. We certainly didn't have enough of a sample size. Now we do. 15, 16 games in, Luka has been able to play. Bron is hurt. Let's talk about the trade itself. What did it do for both teams? What is it doing for both teams? Where are you now that the trade post trade?
I'm all in. I'm all in. And I will honestly say, yes, I know who Luca was. He was the star player for the Dallas Mavericks. But did I watch Luca play unless he played my team? No. Watching him now, I told you, based off of that trade alone, I bought the NBA package. I am watching East Coast Standard Time,
Yeah.
NBA Laker games, 10 p.m. I'm feeling it the next morning. I'm at work. It's all good. It is must-see TV. NBA is fantastic. And I will tell you, wow. Watching them, because you hear all the pundits. Oh, well, they're both ball handling players, and how LeBron's going to work and how Luka's going to work. Oh, don't forget AR-15. Bro, don't underestimate the IQ. This right here, the only thing it makes me feel sad is that I know LeBron's on the tail end. Could you imagine had we got Luka instead of AD
Oh my
5 years
goodness.
ago?
Oh my
To
goodness.
see them two, like two alphas existing, it
Yes.
doesn't seem like someone's trying to be one A, one B. No, they just look seamless. I didn't see this level of seamless when LeBron went to play with Dwayne Wade or Kyrie. Like, it's no drama. They just ball. And to see the long passes, he said, look, I'm a natural wide receiver. To watch that, man, it's been great. Watching how JJ, now we watched how many coaches, not JJ, we had Ham, Frank Vogel, all these coaches not knowing how to manage the stars.
Right.
JJ Redick is a rookie coach.
Right.
And we are the best record we've had since Kobe was on the team. Like, I don't even think our record was this good when we won the championship in the bubble.
Yeah.
So to watch JJ as a rookie put these guys together, AR-15, like they're balling, man. So as I watch Luka, I am so impressed. It's still weird to watch him in this uniform. And I'm watching his numbers, how he's able to draw fouls. Wow. But I still see that he still has not, doesn't seem like he found his rhythm, because he's still going like 8 for 20. He doesn't have like that strong 45, 50% shooting range, but he's still putting up 30-something points because he's getting to the line. So I love it. It's exciting. It's a bittersweet that LeBron got hurt. The bitter part is that he got hurt. Now we made it all the way to number 2 in the standings. And now we're falling because of these injuries. But the sweet part is now Luka has a chance to get custom with these players, build trust with them.
Yeah.
And you're watching new players like Jackson Hayes ball out. You watch AR-15 get comfortable. Don't forget, we still got Rudy hurt. Then Vanderbilt doing his thing. Gabe Vincent finally is back. Watching that, because now Luka's like, damn, I really upgraded as a team. I went from what I had in Dallas to this. Right. So I think that's great. So that's that part. The other side, it is unfortunate for AD getting hurt. Not only that, it's unfortunate that Kyrie got hurt, because I really want to see the trade work out for both teams.
Yes.
And I hate it seeing like all Luka-centric. Yes, he is the future star. But for Kyrie and AD getting hurt, that's very unfortunate, because that day that AD got hurt, they were balling. It looked great. It looked natural fit between him and Kyrie.
Right. You hit on a lot of things that I would have touched on, so I'm going to try not to hit on those for our viewers and audience. What I will talk about is dissection of the trade itself, coming out of Dallas, there was a smear campaign. He's out of weight. He could never come back in shape. And so I look at that and like somebody was wrong. And if he's out of shape and he's balling like he's balling right now, watch out NBA. Because if he ain't ready and he took his team to the the championship, like I'll take that any day, every day that ends in Y. That was number one. The smear campaign, the damage to his reputation coming out of Dallas, to me appears to be false. But if it is true, I'm going to take him because I've never seen him in this good of shape ever. He's slimmer. He's playing over 40 minutes a game, almost 40 minutes a game, and his numbers are very good. That's with LeBron or without LeBron. The other thing is one thing you did touch on, I did want to hit on is the skeptics, the talking heads, two dominant ball handlers, and AR-15 was going to be a non-existent because he also needed the ball. Well, isn't it a pleasure to see pros act like pros? Just be a pro. Okay, I don't care what you did in high school. I don't care what you did in college. Matter of fact, I don't care what you did yesterday. What you gonna do for me now? Bron said, I can relinquish. You can really only have one alpha. You can be a couple of alphas, but somebody has to lead the pack. And he said, and with him relinquishing the leadership role, the instigator, the starter of the offense to Luka, made everybody else fall in line. Everybody else seamless fall in line. And look at what happened. It makes JJ's job easier, which you alluded to, and he can coach stars. But stars want to be coached as long as you know what the hell you're talking about, which comes down to X's and O's and putting players in and pulling a good substitution and rotation pattern that is leading to success. And they've had great success with LeBron, and they're doing it pretty good with him out. The other thing I would allude to is AR-15. Again, just being a pro. Austin Reeves is a baller, and he has upped his game every year. When you get somebody like Luka, who is going to play with somebody like LeBron, you still need, as Shaq would say, the others. And the others got to be, Perkins say, all stars in your role. And that's what Austin Reeves is doing. We're not asking for Gabe Vincent or anybody else, Rui or anybody else to go out and give me 20. No, just do your job well. When I give you this open pass, and guess what? You're going to be open. You're going to be open. Why are you open? Because there's so much gravitational pull to Luka. There's so much gravitational pull to LeBron. And guess what? Austin Reeves, he goes to the hole. He's asking for 2 or 3 people to come on him, and he don't mind dishing it out. So you're going to be open. Just knock down the shot or drive or be the secondary playmaker in your role. And you mentioned JJ. Wow. As a rookie coach, I was skeptical with the trade because I was not in favor of it to begin with. I didn't like change. I wasn't for change. And I was here with my hand on my fist and hand facing my hand and grumbling, but I had to see it unfold. So ultimately, it's in Rob, I trust, who's pulled it off, got all these players to surround himself with stars, and they are being successful because of Rob Pelinka. That's referring to the general manager of the Lakers. So I like you, I'm an NBA League Pass guy. I won't miss a game, but they're giving me a reason to tune into the game because they are exciting ball. I wasn't a fan of Luka before because I thought he griped too much. He complained too much. He didn't engage in plays. But look at the defense with Luka. Look at the defense with Luka. Who would have thunk that, brother? So I'm passionate. I'm excited. It is March. We got 15 games left. The Western Conference, the 2 through the 7th seed is like 1 game separated. You go on a losing streak, you're going to be in the play-in. You go on a winning streak, you can get all the way up to 2. 1 is already solid because of OKC got it. It's exciting time. This is NBA version of March Madness, and I'm signing up for it, brother. I'm in.
I got a question for you. And you made a good point. They're all pros. What does it mean when they say they're a ball handler? The whole game of ball is about pass, shoot, you dribble. Everybody should know how to handle the ball. So what do you think they mean when they say they're ball dominant? What does that how do you what do you take from that when they say that? Because it makes no sense,
Yeah,
especially if they're
yeah,
professionals. You get the ball,
correct.
you pass, you shoot it.
Yes, and so you're right. In when we were coming up, and this era is a lot different. But when we were coming up, it was pass and cut, pass, cut, pass, cut, set a pick, somebody get open. But now you got 6'10" guys dribbling the ball. You got 6'9" guys, 6'8" guys that are point guards, point forwards, and Luka and LeBron are ball dominant. So to answer your question, they don't look for the hockey assist. They are looking for the assist. And that was Rondo back in the day. He doesn't pass to make the next pass for the better shot. These guys, being ball dominant, they want to make the pass that leads to the shot. So they're instigating the offense, initiating the offense, and what they do based on their play is leading to the next play, to the
Mm,
winning play or that goal being scored.
mm,
When it's so different now, when you see the Lakers, yeah, Luka can have the ball, but we got three playmakers. So the beauty of three playmakers, three ball dominant, but they're smart ball players, is once the ball is swung to the other side, that's ball movement and it's player movement. Now the defense is shook. They don't know which way it's coming. So that makes JJ's job a little bit easier because now we can set back picks and we can do the Princeton offense. We get layups. Or somebody's going to be open on the other side of the court, which now Luka can make the long pass. He can make the skip pass all the way across the court because he can see it. LeBron is
mm,
taller because he can
mm,
see it. AR
mm,
doesn't necessarily, is not that good at making that cross court pass in the half court offense. But what AR does, and you see his handling, his dribbling skills, he breaks down the defense, compresses it, somebody's open. Luka is open. If Bron is open, he's taking it to the hole and he's dunking because the defense is off balance. And then, of course, if he's coming down the lane, they crash on him, the secondary crash, somebody else is open. So you can only guard. It's supposed to be 5-on-5, but when you got somebody compressing the defense, somebody's going to be open. So ball dominant is, in this case, for us, it works. But you got the Rondos back in the day, dribble, 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 James Harden, dribble, dribble, dribble. 20 seconds go off the clock, then he's going to make a play. That's ball dominance, and that's to the worst case scenario where you got ball dominance like Luka doesn't mind passing. Look at his assists. Look at Jokic. Look at his assists. Although Jokic is not ball dominant, and LeBron, look at his assists. Okay, but look at the secondary that leads to
mm,
the next pass. Now
mm.
that you're seeing it, I bring that to your attention because I want you to watch the secondary pass. But most ball dominant players, their pass leads to the shot that
Mm,
gives them that assist.
mm, mm, mm. I tell you what, like you start, yeah, it shook me to lose Anthony Davis, but the excitement this team has, it seemed like they move quicker. They seemed
Yes.
more tenacious. Like they're all talking about how much defense we were going to lose. Our
Yes.
defensive efficiency rate has skyrocketed. So again, who the hell is Jackson Hayes? I know his name now. I mean, he seems like he's the single benefactor of Luka being on the team because almost every time it's like, there you go, cut to the rim, Yava. I mean, the dude scored 19 the other night. So how much confidence he will have as he grows into his own. I'm just very excited when they do bring that package back together and when Rudy comes back. I mean, I, I, I'm running shy from saying we should be at the Western Conference Finals, but because I'm trying not to be biased. If we're a healthy team, we should be at the Western Conference Finals.
I agree.
Denver don't want this
100%.
smoke. I would like this. I think we can handle. It would be a great matchup between us um, and OKC. Now with that, because we can talk Lakers all day. what do you think about the move with Jimmy Butler to Golden State? How has that worked out?
I still can't believe what I'm seeing. How they're playing so well, and it's not like Jimmy Butler's all that great, and he's not. His numbers don't indicate he's doing anything great. So I had to break it down. I had to listen to a couple of analysts, and I understand it. And now I do understand based on what I heard. When you have Jimmy Butler, it puts everybody in their natural positions. Everybody else. And
Wow.
so we were talking about Luca as a playmaker. We talking about LeBron as two playmakers and Austin Reeves. Those three playmakers on the court at the same time, smart players. They added a very smart player in Butler. He's also defensive minded. You remember he was defense before he was offense back in the day. So Draymond doesn't have to cover for another person. And so Draymond could just play his role on his guy because Jimmy can play his role on his guy. Plus, Jimmy can also break down a defense and kick it out to who? Curry just sitting, just waiting. Sniper like the silent assassin ninja. And he's gonna get you. So um his signing with Golden State allows people in their natural roles. And so everybody's now slotted. So how? He's not like Clay. He's not a sniper. He's not a three, just catch and shoot. He's not that kind of guy. No, he's a catch, break you down, study the offense. He's a quick adjuster on the fly, breaking down the offense. And they're still, guess what? Curry is still moving. He's still moving. They're setting picks for him, and Butler can get him the ball. You got Draymond to get him the ball. Their offense is now flowing as smooth as it has been since Clay has been gone. That's where what Jimmy has done for him. But very
Wow.
good
Wow.
question.
Wow. Wow.
So
In,
I don't I like them, but I don't see them as a big threat to us as the Lakers because their bench is still not quite mature and they're probably a year away. And like you were saying with LeBron, man, this is at the tail end. It's also at Curry's tail end, Draymond's tail end. Well, when you have people that are retiring or getting close to the end, the KDs, the Currys, the LeBrons, the Golden State Warriors have some ball players. They just need time to shine. And so a year from now, I will fear them. I don't fear them. I give them respect, but I don't fear them right now. Like OKC, I don't fear them either because they're all
yeah.
green. I don't fear
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they should fear Denver and us.
Yeah.
That's who should be feared. I don't even fear Memphis. It's Denver and
Or
us.
Houston. I don't fear Houston either.
Right,
I mean, it's
right,
fool's gold. It's fool's gold.
right, right. Yeah. Well,
You
good
know,
questions though.
yeah. You know who I feel bad for though within this free agency is Klay Thompson. He had a
Yeah.
chance and he should have went to the Lakers. To go to Dallas, yes, you thought you were gonna play with Luca. You thought you have a full year with Kyrie Irving. Hey, well, you get AD. Who are y'all? Like, I know his father had to say, "Golly, son, got it. You were on the dynasty up there in Golden State. You finally leave. You have an opportunity as a free agent. How much different? Could you imagine Gabe Vincent and Klay Thompson? Then you
Yeah.
have Rui, AR-15, Luca, LeBron. Like, I feel bad for Klay because that's it. Clay's team will never be mentioned. Like we just spoke about the OKCs,
Right.
Houston, Memphis,
Right.
Denver, us.
Yeah.
That it's
Yeah.
Clippers. They're not going to be there for a foreseeable future. As long as Kyrie's hurt, we don't know what version of AD's coming back if he even comes back. He almost kind of went to Klay Thompson almost just went to purgatory, man. NBA purgatory.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you can feel sorry for him. I don't have time to feel sorry for him. But I want you to recognize and put pin or save the Detroit Pistons basketball. Brother, they are no longer under the radar and they are getting everybody's attention and they need to be feared because they are not afraid of the team or the name on the front. Or are they afraid of the name on the back? They will bring it to you. They will bring it to your house. They will kick the door in. They will take your wife. They will go get your beer. They will take your. They are that bad, and they do it with skill, tenacity. So watch out for them. I still like the Cavaliers. I like Boston, but the surprise team in the whole NBA is those Detroit basketball Pistons.
Bruh, let's look at the city of Detroit. You got,
Yeah,
the Lions that are balling and now the Pistons. This is the same Pistons team, not the same Pistons team, but the same Pistons organization. Last year, they set
yeah,
an NBA record for losses.
yeah,
So when people start talking about the importance of leadership, culture, coaches, come on, 1 year turnaround. So we start looking at who could be the NBA Coach of the Year. You have JJ Redick, and you have the coach out of Detroit. It's again, it's about leadership, getting the guys to buy in, making them do what they do, have fun while doing it. But you're right, they have been under the radar. I've seen a couple of times that they won. That's okay. And then I looked at the record. I said, "Oh my,
yep,
these boys are legit." So it will be interesting at the playoffs starting in a couple of weeks. What lays in waiting in
yes,
the Eastern Conference, because they may not make it all the way to the end,
yes,
but they can definitely make somebody's day really bad and very long.
exactly. Well, we talked about a little bit about the NBA March Madness. Do you got any take on the NCAA March Madness just around the corner?
Man,
What's your take? You got a team?
well, what I understood this year, the SEC basketball is almost like SEC football. Like they put 14 teams in the doggone tournament. Talk about 64 teams,
Yeah,
14 of which are coming out of SEC. Now, I'm still an ACC guy when I talk about basketball, and I know there's all the controversy about the Tar Heels. Guess what? They're in. Regardless how they got in, they're in. Let everybody else talk about the controversy, the conflict of interest, whatever. They're in. But I'm not a Dookie. However, Duke looks good, bruh.
yeah,
Duke
yeah,
looks good.
yeah.
I could see a Final Four with Florida, Duke. Um, those are the two ones. You got your blue bloods, but you try not to look at the blue bloods. You're not hearing a lot about. Not hearing a lot about UConn. UConn, and part of me wants to hate on UConn right now because Hurley had a chance to have this Laker team, and he said no to us. So I'm kind of like I'm gonna be Petty Betty, Teddy Petty, Teddy Petty Pendergrass up in this piece, man, and have him, kiss our ass type thing. But this is that time with the NBA when you got the NBA, you got March Madness. I'll probably be able to name off more female basketball players
Right.
than I can the males because the males NCAA male basketball to me has lost its allure and luster, been replaced with the excitement of women's basketball. So I will tune in to the March Madness, but unlike years past, I'll be switching back and forth between the women's game because I can at least
Yeah,
follow them. I don't even know
yeah,
most of these headliner players other than Cooper Flag.
yeah. And that's my take. I can name Cooper Flag, and that's it. So I look at the coaches. I look at the coaches' resume. Look at their programs. You still got Rick Pitino coming in. You know,
Patino,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You got Pitino doing his thing, and so uh, I will tune in. Not this week necessarily, but next week as it gets a little bit more serious as the cream rises to the top. But like you, I know more women college basketball players than I know men. It's that one and done thing that has hurt the NCAA program, men's program. So I will tune in, and we need content for the show. So more to come, more to come. The last thing, man, we got the Dodgers already. Man, are we gonna go 162 and 0? We are 2 and 0 right now. You know, is it possible to go 162 and 0? Maybe if we stayed in Japan for all 162 games, we might go 162 and 0. I ingest, but it's a good showing. I love how the Major League Baseball has did this in particular to go to Japan when you got your Japanese born players to play in front of their countrymen in the biggest at the highest level of their sport, because you can talk about baseball is world renowned, but there's no baseball like Major League Baseball. and then to take that into Japan. Then you got the most valuable player in the world who happens to be Japanese born to lead off, hit home runs, to be a 50-50 man, and to be a pretty humble cat. Just the packaging that the Major League Baseball did and presented, it almost sends shivers down my spine because it's a great story, but it's also we won. But even without the wins or the losses, just the showing, just the presentation, it's worth seeing, worth viewing. What's your take on Major League Baseball? The Dodgers start 2-0. We're in Japan. Where you at?
Man, I'm trying to see if my excitement is because we are the defending champs or that baseball has really gotten me excited. I actually watched some of that game the other morning. I'm
Okay.
getting ready for work. I'm like, I don't believe this game is on right now, but okay, let's watch. What? I'm reading box scores, 2 games in the season. And I'm understanding Mookie's hurt. And I'm like, okay, I am dialed in, like dialed in. And bruh, watching our new pitcher, Sasaki, and then Yamamoto. Like, I'm like, man, that's just 2 aces. We still got a bullpen. You know, our Achilles heel for the last few years has been our bullpen. These boys right here, they don't want the smoke, bro. Just stay healthy throughout the
Yeah.
season, and our bullpen stay healthy. We are the team to beat. Let's wear the black hat. Let's be the most hated team in the league. I love it. Dodger blue and bruh. You talked about it's a global sport. Baseball is what the NBA would like to be. The excitement in Tokyo Stadium. Oh
Mm.
my goodness. I was like, is this game one of a 162 game regular season or the World Series? This is the World Baseball Classic. It was exciting. I was like, man, I am caught up in this. I am caught up wanting to watch a baseball game for 2 hours. Normally, I don't get that deep into baseball until August, September.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it definitely piqued my interest. You know, I am in all NBA mode right now, but bruh, trust and believe, I'm checking out my standings. The Dodgers are coming out here in 3 weeks. I'm
Okay.
trying to catch one of these games, but they're playing Monday through Wednesday. I'm gonna catch one of those games, and then I will go to Philly and catch them when they play the Phillies. But I'm in, bruh. I just don't know why
Okay.
they're playing so early, but I'm in. I'm in.
Love it, love it. I'm with you. I'm gonna ride with you. If you're excited, if you're hyped, just by hearing you saying you're reading box scores and it's 2 games in, I'm like, what am I missing? I need to tune in now. So I ain't gonna let you get too far ahead, man. I'm gonna ride and die with you, baby. I'm with you.
No doubt. No
Well,
doubt.
hey, bro, we're at the end of the show already, man. And my, how time flies when you're having fun. And I always have a good time when I'm rapping and chopping it up with you, talking sports too. My passion. My last take is uh, to you civil service employees, you government employees who have lost jobs, been furloughed, or uh, probationary folks. I feel for you. Nobody signed up for that. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody expected it. And so it may not affect me necessarily directly, but you're part of my community. If you're listening to this, you're part of my community. And there's a humanness or humanity part that I want to just be compassionate about. You are people too. You got lives, you got houses, you got bills to pay, you got kids to take care of. And so to be uh, given a bit of bad news, I would say untimely news. I will say get on your knees, say your prayers. God's got it all under control. And my book says to serve no man and to trust in God with all your might. So uh, I pray for you all, and thank you for tuning in just for a few minutes. May God bless you.
Yeah, I can't follow that other than my thoughts and prayers are with you all as Americans, as we all go through this. And may God be with you all during this time. And even if it's for this 30 to 45 minutes, allow this time we had to connect with you as a small distraction. And
Right.
let's take you away from the seriousness of life right now as we're here for you. But I'll see you again. Dr. Stephen Herbert III out.
If I didn't know better, I think Steve cut you off, man.
I think he said show's over. He said, y'all, he said, y'all done busted time.